Hi, my name's Olivia Mitchell. I'm 21 years old and I'm a swing/cover Jenna on the Waitress UK tour. So I'm an offstage swing, which means I cover several different roles, and if anyone is ill or if someone gets injured, I step up and I cover any one of those roles. So in particular, I cover 4 ensemble girl roles, and then I also cover Jenna as well. So lots of different swings learn differently. I personally learn visually and physically. So I have a swing Bible which I keep on my laptop, and I'll try and add some photos or videos in this video for you to have a look at them. And I also have quick tracks which I keep in small A5 pieces of paper with all the rapid things that I need to know for each track, which I can look at in case I need to go on for a track I haven't done before. And then usually we have a dressing room, so I'm in my dressing room right now, which usually all the ensemble girls are on, but because the show is going on, I usually stay in here. And if there are things I want to practice, I have backing tracks and I can just turn the speaker up and I can practice alongside the people on stage. And I try and take as much time as I can to practice things because that's the best way I learn. But like, every swing is different, so other people might like to have a physical swing Bible which they can flick through, or some people have just got great memory and they don't need to write anything down. I mean, I wish I could be that kind of person, but I am not. My first time going on for an ensemble track was terrifying. I was so anxious and I was full of so much excitement because this would be my debut in a professional job out of drama school. I was full of a lot of nerves, but it was amazing. I think the main thing you do when you first go on for a track is you try and get to A to B, A to B. You don't try and think of, I'm going to give a life-changing performance. I want to get through a show. I don't want to mess anyone else up on the way. It's a massive fear I have, distracting someone or not letting someone get to their mark or something like that, messing it up for the entire show. So especially props wise in this show, if a prop is missing from one scene, it will affect a scene 4 scenes after that. So yeah, going on for my first show, it was amazing, but it was terrifying. And then about 3rd or 4th time I'd done the track, I finally got used to it. But yeah, first time going on for a track is scary, but you learn to love and enjoy the excitement of it all. Today is actually a day when I'm not on stage and I'm in the dressing room, so I've been currently booking digs because we're on tour, which means that we have to find our own digs because it's not international. I listen to music. I usually go through tracks, so stuff like Jenna, she's a bit of a bigger role, which means I have to keep on tabs with what she does, her staging. If there are any ensemble tracks that I'm not completely sure on, I'll have a quick look through of those, or I will do a couple of online courses, speak to the boys in the other dressing room, do whatever we can to stimulate ourselves and keep ourselves ready in case we are thrown on, which has happened before. Mid-show, you get a call on the intercom asking for your dance captain or your resident choreographer to go to stage right or something like that, and usually we follow because we're like, what has happened? We're about to go on. So if you don't find out halfway through a show by the intercom, like I said in the previous video, what usually happens is the company manager will message you or call you and say, hi, so-and-so is ill today, you'll be covering this role. And then an on and offs list will come through your email and you will find out that way. And then it usually gives you enough time to go over notes, get prepared, come in early to the theatre if you need to. And yeah, that's how you find out. A specific track that I probably cover the most in this show would be the Francine track, as Amy, who usually does that role, is first cover Jenna. So if ever our Jenna is off, she goes on for Jenna, and I have priority over the Francine track to play that part, as well as CKU, which stands for Club Knocked Up. I have priority. So the rehearsal period for a swing is very different to the rehearsal period for ensemble, as we have to sit behind a table usually. That's how it was done in my rehearsal period. There were 4 of us, we all sat behind a table and we watched what was going on, we took notes. We were also really fortunate because our rehearsal studio was massive. So while things were going on, we were allowed to get up and go to the back of the studio and rehearse what we needed. I'm very particular, so during breaks and stuff, if there was free space, I would ask our company manager or stage management if I was able to get up and use some of the props. Not always I was allowed, but sometimes I was allowed and went through things on my own. I'm also very meticulous, so I'd go home and I'd draw things out, or I'd get my own props and I'd try and go through as much as I can, especially in this show because it's very prop heavy. But rehearsal period is usually down to yourself. You wouldn't get extra time just for yourself to rehearse things, or when you start going on tour or the show starts going up, we would have cover rehearsals, which meant the swings were allowed to get up and cover a track or go through stuff that we didn't get time to go over in rehearsal period. My experience of being a swing has definitely taught me a lot. Being my first job, I was thrown in the deep end, so I've learned to love swing. I definitely felt a bit overwhelmed the first time I did it because you go in expecting to know everything the first week and you don't. That's just not how things happen. You have to take time with learning each specific track and getting comfortable with it, as well as getting used to being in the dressing room and not being on all the time. It's definitely a learning curve. It's not for everyone, and that's completely okay, but I would definitely do swing again, and I've learned so much from it, and to be able to give other people the chance to learn about it so they know what they're going in for in case they ever do get put up for a swing audition. Yeah. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'm always here to help you learn more about being a swing.